Here I have an exam question. It says find the exact value of two weird numbers, which is not really our usual special angle. So what I want to give you first is the way to think about this. Okay, you start with somewhere and you use the hint that the problem gave you. Starting with the two numbers, if you were to see, if I add those two numbers and subtract those two numbers, is there anything I can work with? If I subtract here, I got 90 degrees. That's a good number. If I add, I have 300, and that's a good number too, because really 300 is just 360 minus 60. That we can work with. Now, the more important, difficult to spot trick word is exact value. By exact value, what really is happening is this. What they really is saying is that with the exact value, can you figure out how to use the formula? Let's see if I can magnify this one. I have a cosine A plus cosine B. Okay, let's see. And since cosine is what we call the selfish one, in that the number in between, if this is plus, this is minus. Can you use that one and combine with the other one and trick the system, sort of speaking, in that, let's put the formula right underneath it so you can see. If I were to add those two equations together, the sign part, since the opposite sign over here, gets crossed out. Then on this side, I have twice of cosine A, cosine B. The reason I want this is, look, cosine A times cosine B duplicate what I had up here. Okay, so I'm using the hint. And on this side, on the left-hand side, of course, if I add, I'll just have cosine A plus B plus cosine A minus B. And that combined with our special angle over here, I can meet in the middle and actually solve this problem. So let's get to it. We start, of course, by starting with our cosine A plus B. Like I said earlier, cosine, if you can think about it or make it a little easier on yourself, think of it as a selfish one. So the sign is opposite of what it needs to be. And we have a sine A, sine B over here. Okay, I'm just going to write out the whole equation all over again. Now here I have the equation written down. So now, since we have A is equal to 195, and B is equal to 105. So from here, what we can say then, well, cosine of 195 plus 105 plus, so this whole thing, plus cosine of those two angles minus each other, okay, is equal to twice cosine of 195, this the side that we were given, 105. Okay, from here, the rest is pretty easy. Substitute back in here the angles, like we said earlier. We have two special angles of cosine 300. Cosine 300 when you figure out, and cosine, of course, 90, which is equal to, if you don't remember the value, it's no big deal. Draw the cosine curve, and 90 is over here, so this is 0, which is great. All right, so let's figure out this one, then we're done. Let's simplify a little bit, give us a little more work room here. So basically we're saying cosine of 195, cosine of 105 is equal to half of cosine 300 degrees. Okay, that's a pretty easy one. And then from there, we need to figure out what cosine 300 is. And that's, let me show you the steps here. Okay, so what I have here, I just simply reuse the formula all over again. Since cosine of two angles is subtracting, we can expand it out. Sine 360 is 0, which means this term disappears, which is great. And then cosine 300 is really just cosine 360 times cosine 60. And this part is 1. Now leaves us just a half. So therefore, this whole answer then comes to be half times another half. So the answer is a quarter. Okay, here's the final answer. Hi, this is Dr. Payne recording from Tucson, Arizona. Please comment or share this video. Together we can make a difference. Have a confident day.